on the Broadway stage in the Pulitzer Prize-winning play Topdog, Underdog. Please welcome Corey Hawkins, Yahya Abdul, Mateen II, and Kenny Leon. Thank you, gentlemen. I want to say, Corey, happy. you have to understand our audience. When we get this much fine chocolate in one plate, it's like we cannot help ourselves. I don't know who else's diabetes is rising, but mine is off the charts. So I do want to say, Corey, happy belated birthday. Happy belated birthday.
Thank you very much.
So you got to celebrate your birthday like you were doing your show. So you got to celebrate your birthday on the show or after the show? Wow.
Yeah. Well, first of all, we had 2 shows that day.
Yeah.
So I knew I wasn't going to celebrate too much. But I walked outside and my friends, they surprised me with like balloons and I had the whole stage door singing Stevie Wonder's version of Happy Birthday.
Yeah.
It was dope.
Wait, we sing Happy Birthday.
Yeah. I ain't gonna say how old I turned, but getting wiser every year. So.
Oh man, well, happy belated to you. Now this, and I'm sure that was so wonderful because Topdog Underdog is such an intense show. And Kenny, you are the director of Topdog Underdog. Yes, you are. Can you tell us about the show?
Who says it's intense?
Yeah.
I think this show has everything that every great show has. Number one, it's got 2 great, good-looking guys on stage. And when you go into that theater, what you love most about theater, what you love most about a great musical, we got singing. We got a cat that can sing.
Yeah.
You know, you want comedy, we got a cat who can deliver the comedy. Yeah. We got 2 guys that complement each other really well. And 20 years ago, Susan Laurie Parks put pen to paper to a masterpiece. This woman was the first black woman to win the Pulitzer Prize. So, 20 years later, we get to do it on a Broadway stage. And I've done, 14, 15 Broadway shows. But this is at the top. This is at the top. And every night when I stand outside and watch the line to this Broadway show, I see black, I see white, I see young. I see young. And after 2 years of COVID, to see young folks come out to say this play is important, I couldn't be happier as a director. So it's indeed a pleasure to work with Susan Laurie Parks and to work with these 2 giants.
You know, and this is great because you 2 play brothers in Topdog Underdog, and you know, it's this tension between you as brothers. How is that when you're on that stage?
It's natural.
Yeah.
It's fun, you know.
Yeah.
This is a fun play. I've been wanting to do this play for 15 years. I was first introduced to it in undergraduate about 15, 16 years ago. And it was the first time that I read something where it was contemporary and the characters talked like me. They spoke like me. They spoke like people that I knew. Right. And so I get to come out here and play with Corey, and we get to spar and, you know, try something different every single night and fall into this language and do comedy and laugh and fall in love and argue and, you know, and it looks like real family out there.
What she wrote a story about was the need to love humanity, the need for all of us to reach out and to love every element of our society. So it's actually it's a love story that we look at through the lens of 2 black men.
Yeah. And this is the thing, Yahya. This is your Broadway debut. So this is your first time being on Broadway doing this show. This is what I love. Yahya, you were an architect. You were an architect before you started acting. What 2 very different things. What the heck happened?
Well, you know, I studied architecture, but you know, both architects and actors, I think they think that they know everything or something about the world. You know what I mean? And so I think it just made sense. I worked in city planning, and I took an acting class in undergraduate, and eventually I stumbled up the street when I was working in San Francisco, and I took an acting class, and it all came down to, man, I'm just having a better time over there. You know what I mean? And so I get to go there and be silly and be myself and take up space and still be creative and, sort of design my characters and design the world that way. And as soon as I chose acting, the world just opened up. The doors just opened up. I started to get yeses at every level.
When you made that commitment to acting. Yeah. And like y'all are all working. And Corey, you're about to do a remake of The Color Purple. Yes. Yes. What, sir?
I got the call from the same producers who I did In the Heights with, and they heard me singing that, and they asked if I wanted. So basically, it's a reimagining of the musical of The Color Purple. So it's Taraji Henson, it's Fantasia Barrino, it's
Daniel
Brooks, who I went to school with. I went to Juilliard with her.
You went to Juilliard with?
We were classmates with Danielle Brooks.
Really?
And she
is that her?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Gabby, who plays Squeak. It's just a blessing to bring this back and continue to be working on our material, So,
yes.
Yeah.
So when you got the news that you have been casting as, they wanted you, what was that like?
I thought they was joking. I was one of the first people they called. And Oprah, Spielberg, Scott Sanders, Mara Jacobs, they asked me to be a part of the Purple family. And again, for me, this journey right now is all about telling stories like The Color Purple. It's all about telling stories like Topdog, Underdog, stories that reflect who we are and our true selves, and as raw and real and funny and raucous is just our truth, Black excellence.
There you go. And I do want to say, I watched In the Heights. You were wonderful in The Heights. Now, Yahya, you are now among some of the great actors. You are part of the Calvin Klein legacy. Tell us about this right here. What is going on?
I'm just having fun. I mean, I think, it's just nice to actually be a part of the Calvin Klein family. But I think at one point, you said what? I think somebody was trying to give me 67 cents.
I think she was trying to give you 67 cents. She said, can you be my cousin? You want to be a part of the
but I think, it's fun. At some point or other, I think we all have been a Calvin Klein model in our houses and in our bathrooms, and we've done the whole thing. And I get to actualize that out into the world.
That's what's up, bro.
That is what's up.
Kenny used to make us do push-ups in rehearsal. I ain't do as many as you.
Well, maybe you need to start. You get your drawers too.
But Sherri, they can see that every night on 45th Street, on Broadway. They can see that every night. That was Underdog.
You better do that right, Kenny. Now, you are working on a new Broadway show, Kenny. Can you tell us about it's Ohio State Murders?
Ohio State Murders. Great playwright. Just like Susan Laurie Parks. Great. Adrian Kennedy, 91 years old. Ooh. She wrote this wonderful play, and she's still she's 91 going on 17, and I get to do it on Broadway with the great Audra McDonald. And we get to do it with the work of Black Theater United and all the people in the industry. We get to do it at the new James Earl Jones Theater.
Oh, my God, Kenny. And I have to tell you, I went and saw the Tupac musical, which was, phenomenal when it was out. It was phenomenal. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you, Corey, Yahya, Kenny. Appreciate you. For more info on Topdog, Underdog, go to SherriShowTV.com. And up next, we are crafting everything you need for your Halloween party, so keep it right here.